What's a secret you'll never tell your partner? Years after college, I finally found the perfect relationship. No more weird situationships or we're just vibing guys. Ryan was the first one who made things actually feel good. He remembered stuff I said, texted back like a normal person, and made me feel seen in a way that didn't make me second guess myself. We moved slowly. Dinner dates that stretched into 3-hour conversations, weekends away where we'd get groceries together like we'd been doing it forever. I could feel myself falling before I even realized it was happening. So when he invited me to his mom's birthday weekend with the whole family, I felt ready. A little nervous, sure, but mostly excited. I wanted to see where he came from, hear the embarrassing childhood stories, meet the people who made him. He told me his sister Liv would be there, said she was a bit of a tornado but in a fun way. The kind of person who once dyed her hair pink, dropped out of school, and moved to Berlin just to see if she could. I laughed along, imagining some eccentric, artsy older sister, the kind who wears too many rings and always smells like sandalwood. And then we pulled into the driveway, and I saw her. I froze. My hand was still resting on the seatbelt. My pulse jumped like it had been shocked awake because I knew that face. The way her hair fell in soft waves over one shoulder. That easy grin like she'd seen the whole movie before anyone else had. We'd hooked up, years ago, college. It was one of those hazy nights that felt like they had never happened fully. We met at a house party. Cheap wine, a couch that smelled like weed and regret. We ended up back in someone's dorm. The next morning, no texts, no follow-up. Not out of awkwardness, just two people moving on. Now she was standing on the porch with a glass of sangria, wearing a sun hat and smirking like the universe had just told her a great joke. Ryan introduced us, totally unfazed. "This is Liv," he said. She looked right at me, held out her hand and said, "Nice to meet you." Her tone was perfect, not a hint of recognition, but as she leaned in for a hug, she added a quick wink. Small, barely there, but I felt it like a slap. The rest of the weekend passed in a fog of casseroles and internal chaos. I laughed when I was supposed to, posed for pictures, helped set the table, all while sweating bullets and trying not to replay that night from college in my head. I couldn't tell if Liv was messing with me or genuinely didn't care. And then, Saturday night, it happened. Ryan was out back with his dad. I was in the kitchen alone, rinsing grapes for the fruit bowl like some kind of domestic goddess in distress. Liv walked in, barefoot, humming to herself. She poured a drink, leaned against the counter like we were old roommates catching up after years. "College was a fun time," she said, not looking at me. My hand stilled over the sink. She took a sip. "Good to see you again. This time, not tangled in bed sheets." I let out the most pathetic laugh. It came out sounding more like a hiccup. She gave me a grin, soft and smug, then walked out like she hadn't just turned my brain into scrambled eggs. She never brought it up again, not once. We went home. A year later, Ryan proposed. Liv gave a perfect toast at our wedding. Funny, heartfelt, not a single word out of place. No wink this time. Just a glance that lingered a second too long, like she was holding on to a joke she'd never tell. I never said a word. Not to Ryan, not to anyone.